Hi, my name is Pat, and this is my channel, Book Chat with Pat, and I'm glad that you're here. For Horror Mayhem, I decided to reread Stephen King's novel, Carrie. April 5th, 2024 marked the 50th anniversary of the novel's publication. I believe that I was in the 8th grade when the novel was first published. I bought the first paperback edition, which sadly I no longer have, probably when I was in the 9th grade. I remember that this was a book that everyone in my friend group was reading and passing around. I believe that the picture that I included in the thumbnail for this video is a picture of my best friend and me on our way home from our weekly trip to the local bookstore on the day that I purchased my copy of Carrie. I can clearly see in the picture that my best friend is holding her copy of Rosemary's Baby. I'm holding a paperback also, but you can't see the cover of it. We both believe that this was the day that she bought Rosemary's Baby and I bought Carrie. This is long before I developed my fear of horror. I remember that I liked the book and that I shared it with my friends. I do not have memories of being traumatized by reading it. It is much more disturbing to me reading it today, 50 years later. Carrie was King's first published novel. It was not the first novel that he wrote. His first 3 novels were Rage, The Long Walk, and Blaze. It is believed that Carrie was the 4th novel that he wrote, but it was the first novel to be published. The story of its beginnings are well known among King fans. He was writing the story supposedly for a men's magazine, and he was very frustrated by the way the writing was going. And supposedly, he crumpled up the pages of the book and threw them in the trash. His wife then retrieved the pages from the trash, read them, and convinced King to keep writing. And he did. The novel is the story of Carrie White, a homely misfit, a high school student who is picked on unmercifully by the other kids in her high school and by just about everyone else that she meets, including the adults in her life who should have been protecting her. Her mother is an out-of-control religious fanatic who persecutes her daughter in brutal, emotional, physical, and psychological ways. What others don't realize, however, is that Carrie is developing extraordinary telekinetic powers, powers that will enable her to exact revenge against her tormentors. The novel is told in a variety of different voices, supposedly eyewitness accounts of Carrie's special powers, numerous journalistic pieces, excerpts even from a supposed academic paper that was written about Carrie's case, sworn testimony from people who knew Carrie, and voices of other characters that Carrie could hear telepathically. Supposedly, King set the novel up this way, using this narrative style, to try to make it appear that this book was an actual collection of real documents trying to explain the inexplicable events that had occurred. At times, to me, these different voices seemed strung together a bit awkwardly without smooth or logical transitions. But the sum total of these parts does give us this tale of modern horror. One that depicts an incredible blend of the supernatural with the real horrors of poverty, ignorance, and neglect that exist in American society. King said that he based the situation in Carrie on two girls that he knew in high school in Maine, who were indeed marked by their poverty and who were bullied horribly by their classmates. In his book On Writing, King writes about the extreme poverty of his childhood and of those with whom he went to school. He writes, quote, "I went to school with kids who wore the same neck dirt for months, kids whose skin festered with sores and rashes," close quote. Although supernatural events abound in this novel, the themes that it tackles, poverty and ignorance, bullying, cruelty, and revenge, are very real and timeless themes. Stephen King's novel has also experienced a long history of being challenged and banned. So I'm also including this novel on my list of 24 works that I'm reading for the 24 in 2024 Banned Book Challenge created by the inspirational MJ at Reading This Life. This is my 15th book completed in that challenge. Carrie is not currently listed on the PEN America list of banned books for this year. However, the American Library Association includes it on its list of 100 most frequently banned books from 1990 to 2000, along with other titles by King, including Cujo, The Dead Zone, and Christine. It was first challenged soon after publication when, in 1975, in Las Vegas, Nevada, it was labeled as, quote, trash, and banned from the Clark High School Library. In 1978, in Vergennes, Vermont, it was moved to a special closed bookshelf because it was deemed, quote, harmful to younger students, especially girls, close quote. In 1987, Carrie was removed from the West Lyon Community School Library in Larchwood, Iowa, because it was deemed that it, quote, did not meet the standards of the community, close quote. In 1991, it was banned from all district libraries in Altmar Parish, Williamstown, New York. Carrie was banned from the Boyertown, Pennsylvania Junior High East Library in 1994 for language, sexual descriptions, and a satanic killing sequence. Also in 1994, a local minister in Bismarck, North Dakota, challenged Carrie and 8 other novels on the grounds that they were not age appropriate for school libraries. I did not find any evidence of the novel being challenged or banned in the last 25 years. And as I said, PEN America does not include it on their list of currently challenged or banned books. Ultimately, the novel depicts the horrifying effects of cruelty, especially cruelty to children. I don't know if I could fully appreciate what King was trying to show when I was 14. 50 years later, having retired after a long career spent entirely with adolescents, the cruelty that kids can inflict on one another hits me very differently. This is not a brilliantly or elegantly written novel by any means, but Carrie's themes of the horrifying effects of cruelty and bullying break my heart today. As always, I thank you for watching. I hope that you're doing well. I'll speak with you again soon. Take care.